to at least minimize the impact of these mental and psychological problems. So, we have a beautiful understanding and description of this. So, but what I'm stressing is thinking, think. think always of anxiety, of fear, of reaction of the people outside the world. I don't think about myself. But the moment you think, thinking is a conscious process. So, anxiety is an unconscious process. You see that? So, the moment you start thinking, means it raises your awareness. Now, where it raises your awareness, what is, yeah, we are waiting for some other people to join. So, what is that awareness is knowledge. What is that knowledge? Knowledge is my experience. The Eastern wisdom makes the things very clear. What is knowledge and what is experience? Whatever I have learned in the past, that is a part of the memory. The knowledge I received from the science. Chronic anxiety, how many years? 6 years. It cannot be treated. Continue taking the pills. It's a part of my memory. What the Eastern wisdom says, transcend the anxiety. Transcend the anxiety. I'm not concerned. I'm not going and thinking about anxiety, what happened yesterday and what happened day before yesterday and who reacted and who did this. No way. Anne has joined. Thank you, Anne. Neelam has joined from Australia. Yes, I could see Vaibhav had already joined. So Neelam has joined. So let us wait for another 2 minutes and then we'll start. You see that we seldom think consciously. Now, thinking should be in a right direction. Direction should be right, and there should be right thinking. The first important step in the journey of meditation or Eastern wisdom or awakening or realization. Be simple, keep smiling. I'm not talking of rocket science, molecular physics, or biology. I'm not extracting the RNA from virus to create a vaccine. It's a common sense knowledge. So the Eastern wisdom is basically a common sense knowledge. So we are here. So let us understand this. Is sky blue now, David? Did you go outside? Sky is blue. Is sky really blue? That is the question. Right? So when I say I'm in anxiety, is the anxiety real? But I don't want to say this. And there comes the problem. So now understand, see that how Eastern wisdom helps us to. So we have started thinking, is sky blue? No. Does sky appears blue? Even if I know the sky is not blue, the sky still appears blue. It's coming from one of the most beautiful teachings of the Master. Yeah? They may remember Mandan Mishra. His name is Sureshwaracharya. He became a disciple of Shankara. I said two things. Is sky blue? No. Does the sky appear blue? Yes. Can we rely on the sense organ for the facts that makes me know the sky is blue? You see, then I will invoke the principle, David. We have to think. If you do not think, you cannot succeed in meditation. I will tell you what is that thinking. Many times what we say, seeing is believing, isn't it? David, we say seeing is believing. Can I believe sky is blue? You have to engage, Lara, your students into very simple way of presentation. Now, I'm making another statement. Seeing is believing, and what it means. It is based on the facts coming from the sense organs. And still the sky is not blue. I know it 100%. Seeing is believing, but sometimes I say, I can't believe my eyes, it is true. Isn't it? I can't believe my eyes. David is here with me. I can say, you see, do you see that? Right? So it means it gives a clue to you. Stop there. Understand. Sense organs are the first layer of instrument of knowledge that gives us a knowledge, but it does not give us the right knowledge. So what is the point of sense organs cannot help me to find peace within. Finished. They are instrument of knowledge to see the world outside, not to see and experience the inner peace and happiness. Are you clear? Can I hold on my mind onto this by thinking? Oh, the way the sky is not blue, but I get a knowledge from the mind. So the mind is the second instrument of knowledge that helps me to discard the fact perceived by the sense organ. Am I right? Now, through the mind and intellect, I understand that the sky is not blue. So, what our master says, move away from the sense organs. That is why we always close our eyes in meditation. It is a symbolic gesture. Ask the mind, become aware. Oh, I feel very warm. Come on. Feel warm, that is good in meditation, but you have to move your mind with it. What we say, being carefree. You see, we are going very deep. So, two instruments sense organs, instrument of knowledge to see the world outside, mind and intellect, instrument of knowledge to understand what a thing is, what a person is, what a world looks like. You see that? Yeah? The mind says, the sense organ does not say this is a white wall. Sense organ has no consciousness. It borrows the consciousness from the mind. Make it very simple. So, why I say that meditation is a journey from moving within, living within, and awakening within. So, what should I do? I have to immunize my mind against the sense perception to start the journey of meditation. Now the immunization, vaccine, the words are used. Does it mean? You have to immunize your sense perception. You have to keep that sense perception in abeyance. I'm using the difference. Simple. How? You are reaching your home. You park the car at your garage and you enter into the home. All the neighbors are out of sight. Sense perception is gone. David. First, I have to think, I have to keep that knowledge in the head so that the meditation becomes successful. So, first is sense organs as are the instruments of knowledge. I'm not discarding. I'm not saying that sensual pleasure is not good or bad. I'm not saying that. We have to withdraw. You're going to the bedroom to sleep and you switch on the TV. Does that make a sense? That is what I'm saying. Simple. Now I'm going to meditate. Sense organs, bye bye. That is what we do in the first two steps. But the mind does not believe it. Now I'm giving second example. You are dreaming, tiger is chasing you. You are scared. In dream, you are sweating in dream. Suddenly you wake up. Where goes your fear? But actually you feel sweating. Sweat is there. There are actual experiences of isolation, of anxiety. They are actual, but they are based on the wrong knowledge. That is the only difference. Are you getting it? Is dream real? Are the symptoms in the dream when you wake up are real? Yes. Oh, I feel scared. What happened? And the moment I woke up, I don't see the tiger. I'm in the room. Safe. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? This is what the mind says, wrong perception. That is what the master says, wrong perception, wrong thinking. So you might have met Lara. You don't understand, Lara. My experiences are real. My anxiety is real. My isolation is real. You don't complain when you go to your bedroom, you sleep alone. Why don't you say my fear is real? See that. That knowledge is required, my friend. Now go back. That is why the loneliness, I have to think about it. Isolation, I have to think about it. And the moment you start thinking, the mind becomes clear and it is ready to go with it. Now I take another example. Knowledge is very much required. What we say, to briefly, Shravanam, I had covered deeply with Jerry and David. Shravanam, listening and learning the principles as it is. I don't know, let me know the principle. Then I have to think in order to understand. I don't understand, I have to think, ask as many questions as possible to myself to clear the doubt. What doubt? That this fear in the waking state is not real, that sweating is not real, but even though I'm experiencing it. Am I right, David? Even I experience the sky is blue, but it is not real. The mind has to be mature enough. Then you need only one session to succeed in meditation. You'll forget me. It is because the intellect keeps the doubt even after understanding. Why? The mind goes back to the same experiences. They are known as the impurities of the mind. For that, I need to practice, practice, practice. But I want to make it one thing clear and then we will do the practice. So I asked you, is sky blue? You said no. Does the sky appears blue? Yes. Right? How many pranayama and asana practice can help me to know sky is not blue? No asana practice is required. Breathing practice is not required to know that sky is not blue. Do you know where I'm pointing you? We don't keep the right knowledge in the head. And we move. Oh, you had an anxiety? Come on. Just do breathing. And it will go away. It will go away. And yes, it goes away. No doubt, Lara. I agree with you. But it returns again. It returns again. So, why it returns again? Because I don't apply the knowledge of the Eastern wisdom. I go back and apply the knowledge coming from the mind, 10 years of experience of chronic anxiety. How do you say that peace and happiness are my essential nature? I agree with you. All the logics are right. Mind says, I agree with you. But the moment he closes his eyes and he has the same symptoms. Do you remember, Lara, the last time we had a workshop in that African American? So, when the principles are clear in the head of a teacher, he observes and then he passes on something gracefully. So, did you understand what I'm saying? I started with the sky is blue mentally. So, what the principles, sense organs are the instruments to see the world outside. It cannot see the self. I cannot use the scissor to stitch my cloth. Keep that logic in your head. Sense organs cannot help me to find my true nature. So the mind is. Thoughts and feelings and wrong notions I have created in my life, a reservoir of impressions cannot help me. Mind is definitely is a good instrument to know the world outside, to know the science, to know the objective world. Eastern wisdom is an instrument of knowledge that helps me to know myself. Am I clear? Last thing, then I'll tickle your mind. I want to immunize your mind before we start with the practice. So if you immunize your mind, vaccinate your mind. You know, these scientists, it will take another 1 year, 2 year to invent this coronavirus vaccine. I invented instantly. But I will give you that story. You have to understand that. Say goodbye to the mind. How? So one seeker went to the master and he said, I read in the text of the Eastern wisdom that if you take a dip in the Ganges river, all your sins are gone. You are enlightened. The master says, yes, it is true. It is true. What do you mean? Yes, it is true. As long as you are inside the Ganges river, no sin can touch you. But the moment you return at the bank of a Ganges river, all the sins are waiting and they will enter into you. This is the problem of the mind. Oh, I feel very good, good, good. You are a good teacher. You have done very good. So, what happens after the meditation? After a few hours, you return to the same stuff again. Why? The mind and intellect is not purified by these principles. I say before the teacher, I accept. The moment the teacher goes, I'm still the same person. I give my 100% in every session. Then no second session is required. That is how my market is available to me. People don't listen. People don't think. Do you see that? Let us follow the practice today accordingly what we have discussed today. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed and you are now do you know why we close our eyes? If you know it clearly in the mind, these eyes will not open by itself. It will be totally absorbed. You are saying goodbye to the sense organs. Sense organs, you even you see sky is blue and still it is not. You are giving me a wrong information. You cannot help me to find my true nature. Hence, I'm saying goodbye to all the sense organs. That knowledge must be there in the mind to drive the mind, to drive the sense organs from outside to inside. And it is supported by what the Patanjali says, it is supported by the steadiness, the right position, the comfortable position of the body. So, what is that comfortable position? Your eyes will not open by itself. Do whatever you want to do. So, looking at the neck joint, feeling the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Now, see what I do. I move your mind from the sense perception to the mental perception. And without doing anything, look at it. What principles I discussed, I'm translating those principles. Move the mind on the shoulder joint. Yes, you move there. So, mind is there. What do you feel? You feel the sensation. You feel being comfortable. Comfortable is a mental experience. The steadiness is also a mental experience. So, what I'm doing? I did nothing. I simply moved your mind from the sense to the mental perception. That's all. Two, to find that the sky, even though it appears blue, it is not. To move the mind on the entire body. Now, what happens when you move the mind on the entire body? Lot of thoughts, forgetfulness, sleepiness, crazy thought enters. We are going to work on that. Don't worry about it. Move the mind on the entire body from the top of the head to the toes. What do you feel? Sensation. Relaxed sensation, being comfortable, and a sense of steadiness. So, if the mind thinks correctly, the right thinking, what is the right thinking? Through the awareness, you maintain the position of the body in the state of the steadiness. You are preventing the mind to move through the sense organs to enter into the world outside. That is the step. No. When I close my eyes, so I get more thoughts when I start meditating. Why? The mind wants to go out. It wants to run out. So here, temporarily, Patanjali says, temporarily we can purify the mind. So when the mind is fine, pure temporarily, we can take it inside. We'll get rid of the thoughts. That is why you look inside the forehead and start breathing quick and short breath from the chest. Continue, quick, short breath through both the nostrils. Do not stop in the middle. Who is stopping you? Mind. Why? It wants to go out. It doesn't want to do it. Don't listen to the mind. What that means? Commitment. It is not fighting with the mind, it is a commitment. Dृढ़ निश्चय sankalpavan, we say in the journey of yoga, meditation, mindfulness. Continue, quick and short breath. The mind will complain, no, you have different sensation, they are not good. You breathe 24 by 7. You have been breathing for so long. The mind will bring the wrong doubts and wrong perception. You don't listen to the mind. Is your commitment. And stop it. Do nothing. Awareness, knowledge, and experience. It simply, Patanjali says, any breathing practice keeps your thoughts in abeyance. What is the sutra? Dharana sucha yogyata manasa. That is what, so you have a clarity of understanding. So you feel some new sensation. The mind always likes to move towards the new sensation. In that process, you lift the prana from the lower to the upper center, and that by a beautiful journey. Take a deep, silent, slow breath into the belly and the chest while breathing out with the lips together. Make the humming sound. Do it as deep, as long, as loud as possible. Why? You are lifting the prana up. You are lifting the mind up from the lower to the higher centers. What it means? From the wrong perception to the right perception. So continue. Long, deep, and the hissing sound. No, deep, silent, and slow breathing through the nostril. Let it take a time, no noise. And while breathing out, make the noise as deep, as loud as possible. Continue. The mind will complain sweetly. How long I have to do? Throw that thought out. Continue. You see, that is another impurity the mind is having. Even if something is bringing your mind calm, the mind says, why? Why? Why it says? Because mind lives in ignorance. That's another long topic. Continue. And stop this humming sound. Check. How many times your eyes were open, how many times your body moved, how many times the body says, I cannot sit like this for so long. These are the impurities of the mind happening in the body. Why? Another long topic. Due to the Rajoguna. Rajoguna keeps the mind, keeps the body always moving, running, agitated, reacting. So, what is now required in the next step? A knowledge at that moment. What is that knowledge? Now you have to think with me before we move to the next step. We always know asato ma satgamaya. What it means? It means the false moving from the false to the truth. What is false in me? Think in the mind. All my anxiety, duality, conflict, preferences, likes and dislikes, pain and the pleasure caused due to the world outside is false. Totally false. Let me reject it, even if these thoughts are there. Then what is the truth? In truth, we say Satchidanand. The truth is the truth consciousness. We don't say the mental truth. We say the absolute truth is the pure consciousness full of inner peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. They are my essential nature. Falsehood is my superficial nature. You are thinking with me. Superficial nature is superficial. It comes and goes. They are the impurities in the mind. And that is why I'm meditating. Oh, check the mind and the intellect. Agrees with it. In that agreement, you move the mind on the head and the neck. So both the knowledge and the practice are required. I told you, it is the knowledge alone tells you that the sky is not blue. Even if you practice pranayama for 20 years, it will not help you to know the sky is not blue. So move the mind on the head and the neck. Be there. Check. The mind moves slowly on the head and the neck. It wants to remain there. When it remains there, you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the right arm. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the left arm. Recheck this mind. Is an instrument to know the world outside. So we are helping the mind to calm down to become transparent. How? Move the mind on the left arm. Is the mind there on the left arm? Continue to be there. When it continues to be there, you have an experience of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the chest and the belly. What is the meaning of the moving the mind on the chest and the belly? You see that? You have to infuse the knowledge in the mind. Why the mind is wandering? Because it still does not have the right knowledge. Move the mind on the chest and the belly. Now, see here, I normally tell every student, become aware when I say move the mind on the chest and the belly, and the body starts moving towards the mind. No! Why it is happening? The mind wants to push you outside. You need an awareness. Move the mind on the chest and the belly and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness there. Move the mind on the right leg. Be there. Mind, it takes patience, it takes commitment, it takes regular practice to reach to that state. Why I said so? Your phone will ring now and you will say, oh, who is calling? Come on, you are meditating. You have left the sense organ to see where the phone is. Why it is buzzing? You see that? This is what disturbs. Not a wrong or a high or bad thought disturb you. It is the tendency of the mind moving through the sense organ. So what we are doing, move the mind on the right leg. So we are asking gently, come on, my mind, look at the right leg. It is a training, it is educating the mind. Be there, feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the left leg, from the left side of the waist to the toes. You see, teacher becomes so confused, so become, conscious in giving the practice of meditation. It should be in a communication, as if I'm communicating to you. Then only the meditation succeeds. To move the mind on the left leg, be there, feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Check again this step. Move the mind slowly, gently, from the top of the head to the toes. When you're moving the mind slowly, as if you are touching every cell of the body, the skin. And as the mind touches the skin, no doubt you will have the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. It is a fundamental principle. You have to discard the principles of science while doing the meditation. You have not to start thinking physiological relaxation, biochemical relaxation, chemical relaxation, aroma relaxation, fragrance relaxation. No, it will not work here. Move the mind once again, the last time, from the top of the head to the toes, and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Can you remain in that state, my friend? Status quo. Now we play with the mind. The mind has been playing with us, we will play with the mind. Mind will claim I know it, but still will play with the mind. So, looking at the breath going in, don't change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. That is the first point of awareness to play with the mind. Why? If you change the rate and the rhythm of the breath, the mind will take you somewhere else. Why? Any action done through the mind, 99% it contains an element of ignorance, likes and dislikes. So we are not touching, we are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Second point of awareness, when the breath goes in, simply drop in from your mind, in one. Breath comes out one, in two, out two. Go on counting. My friends, your mind will ask how long I have to count. Another impurity. I told you to simply count. Another format. This crazy mind, because of the impurity, will like to change the rate and the rhythm of the breath, and then you will forget. Don't change. Maintain your awareness. You will forget the counting. You see, the mind claims I know it, and still it forgets. Why? Something entered into the mind. So, what should you do? You return again and start counting from one. You are playing with the mind. You're not meditating at all. We are just playing with the mind. Meditation is a play with the mind. No issue at all. Mind forgets, lost the counting. So you know it. You become aware after you lose the counting. What should you do? Start the counting again from one? Simple. Well, if you complete, yeah, continue. Otherwise, you continue counting without any mistake. No, stop the counting, and instead of counting, drop the mantra with every breath going in and out without knowledge. And then we will go deeper into the knowledge part. Breath goes in, soham. Breath comes out, soham. It's a two-syllable, we can say mantra. But our masters speak of that this is a contemplative and reflective mantra. So just do it. Breath is going in, no change, soham. Breath coming out, soham. It's like you are aware of the guard sitting on his chair in a big parking lot and watching the car going and coming out. Simply watching. Soham, 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 soham. So, very subtle part to check that the mind continues to say soham in the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. That is important. So, if that happens, we know the mind is living within. Second part, the mind is not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath while saying soham. Second part. Third part of the awareness, soham, meaning. I am that peace, happiness. I'm my essential nature. Oh, that is. So when now you drop soham, but you keep that in mind. Soham, peace and happiness. Soham, peace and happiness. But the fourth point of awareness, the knowledge part. I see the sky is blue, but still my mind, knowledge inside, says it is because of the reflection of the sun there, this color appears. Oh, it is like the water in the mirage. That water is the impurities of the mind, anxiety, duality. Oh, Soham is I'm peace and happiness. So to tag this peace and happiness, every time the mind says Soham, let the mind absorb into the infinite space. The breath comes out, the mind absorbs into the infinite space. Sanskrit word for shanti and happiness is sukha. Su means good, and kha means space. Oh, so our masters have created a shape and the image of a shanti and the happiness? Yes. The mind says, no, you will continue to live in this stress. You say, come on. So and you ask the mind to see the infinite space. Breath comes out. So ask the mind to see the infinite space. I'm not teaching you any rocket science. It is so simple. Provided your mind is committed, pure, ready, understands that the Eastern wisdom is the knowledge, instrument of knowledge to find the self. Like mind finds the science, like the sense organ, we perceive the objects of the senses, now doing nothing. Can we really be in the state of doing nothing even for a minute? Be there. That is, I discussed in the very first lesson, the meditation or mindfulness has two major steps. One is personal effort. Don't get carried away by those who say it is effortless and natural. Tell that teacher you be natural and remain natural. First step is personal effort, and the second is effortlessness. What is effortlessness? The state of doing nothing. So, what happens? Awareness, knowledge, and experience dawns, descends. What masters say why we practice meditation? To reveal the knowledge of our true nature, the knowledge of the reality. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand. You feel the sensation. You discover the changes after the practice and before. We have to use the mind here now. Move the mind on the left arm, left hand, but don't lift it and don't put it on the eyes until our enemy virus goes out. Open the eyes inside. What is the next step? We have to share our experiences. Good, bad, high, low. Be clear and understand also why it did not happen. So the first is definitely the David.
Um,
Now you have to unmute it, Jerry. Unmute. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
um, yeah, so it was very, very awakening for me in terms of the power that we give the mind. And when if you treat the mind like a dog or a child or something, we truly are in control of our mind. And for me, I mean, I'm the novice in this whole group probably, but for me, that was really clear awakening for me during this meditation. I really enjoyed it, and it's amazing how much power we give our mind. And it's kind of silly that we give it that power.
David, I think, revealed today's the summary of the lesson. Yes. And from where we give the knowledge to the mind, from the Eastern wisdom, from the principles. I have a power. What power? I have a smartphone to use it, to can call you at any time. You see that? Same way. And the second part is most important. David understood it clearly. Play with the mind is meditation. Don't force the mind to meditate. That is why meditation or mindfulness is effortless journey. So, how are you, my friend Lara? I would be your assistant from today.
It was good, and my mind was wandering. And there's lots of noises in our house, and there's lots going on. And so, bringing it back, just being patient to bring it back.
Bring it back. Now, what David says, apply this. Sense organs are the instrument of the knowledge that helps me to know the world outside. What did you say? There were a lot of noise. This world will always be full of noise. So that knowledge is there. Means what? Through the sense organ, you will always see the sky is blue. What should I do with this noise? Let the noise be there. You see, that is the point. So knowledge must be there. That is why we all know, Lara, in Eightfold Path of Mindfulness, the first six path is knowledge, understanding. Buddha never said, come on, close your eyes and let us do nothing, and you'll be in mindfulness. He says, no, right knowledge, right thinking, right speech. See that? So wonderful, it's happened. So how are you, Sangeeta?
सर बहुत अच्छा था और जो अस्तोमा सद्गम्या और तमसोमा ज्योतिर्गम्या मृत्योर्मा अमृतम गम्या उसको भाव से किया तो वाइब्रेशन थी पूरी बॉडी में.
Wonderful. What David, she's saying the same thing as you said. This is how the teacher make the principle very simple. She was doing asato ma satgamaya. So what she is doing? She was introducing the knowledge in the mind. My false nature, my superficial nature, my real nature. So when she did that, she experienced a tremendous sensation in the body, and that has kept the body still. Understand, we are in the third session. We are going very deeper into this uh, process, method, fundamentals of mindfulness or meditation. Wonderful. So, how are you, my friend Rakesh and Vaibhav? Oh, we have a lot of people from India, yes.
It was wonderful, sir. Particularly the mantra Soham, it expanded the whole self, the body. I felt like expanded to the universe.
Very good. It happened to Lara in the end. I could see that.
So
Very
that's
good.
the
So
Soham was wonderful.
wonderful. How about you, Vaibhav?
So it was like I'm going to this dark side, and then it was so peaceful over there, so silent and peaceful that I was like absorbed into that.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, Neelam, how are you? Where are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm feeling more happiness and lighter
Oh,
today.
very happiness and lighter. Very good. She's from Austria, Lara.
Vienna.
So now, oh, Jerry is left. Without Jerry, how can? No, Jerry and our Ashok. How are you, Jerry?
It's not.
Unmute.
Oh, hello. Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. I love the layers of the practice. I was able to just really let go.
Yeah.
So yeah, we start working on the mind. Working on the mind, working on the mind every day, all day.
Wonderful. That's good, Jerry.
Yeah.
Wonderful. We have the last one, then I'll summarize. Not the last one, but the first one. From India, Ashok is an engineer, Lara and Jerry, and his son.
Sir, during the meditation, it was applied science in the beginning. Like sky is blue. They're good, very
Yes.
good
Wonderful.
understanding. These senses cannot go within. We have to leave it outside. And today's session was very good, apart from the previous sessions.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Giving
you.
a good session. I'm thanking myself here. So are you, Shivam?
I'm fine. I'm improving gradually. When
You
I
are improving gradually. You were so.
when I chanted the mantra, I feel goosebumps on my hands. So I don't know is that normal or not, but I felt very good from inside when I chanted that mantra on breathing
Well,
out and breathing in.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you see that, some thoughts came to my mind. I'm summarize and then we'll come to an end. When I see Lara and I say Lara, even if I don't say Lara and I'm talking about Lara, for example, the mind has an image of Lara. Mind has an image of Jerry. Mind has an image of David. Do you see that? That is how we talk and communicate. Every thought has an image, and that image has a shape. So every mantra has an image, and that image conveys what that person is, what that mantra is. So that knowledge should happen in the mind. Now see the opposite side. Huh? I continue to say breath going in, Lara, breath coming out, Lara. Going in, Lara. There is no knowledge, there is no understanding. So what will happen to me? Nothing. Nothing will happen. Shivan, you say, my dad once only, and dad listens to you. So why don't you say only Soham once, and the mind listens to you and absorbed into meditation? Find the answer of this. We will meet next. I'll send you the invitation to everyone. Now we have a session on
Saturday.
Monday.
My previous
Now on Saturday that continues, and another session on Jerry. It is on Monday. Monday at 6.
Monday at 6.
Lara
Yes.
is there. Monday at 6.
Yeah.
You see, this is knowledge. I instantly said Lara, and she's there. When I say Soham, nothing happens. So I have to put knowledge there. If the habitual mantras are powerful, then Google should be declared as the most powerful. Why? They have all the mantras there.
right.
Thank you. I'll be sending you the file.
My
Thank
previous
you.
is also not working, so please, Tawli,
Separately.
can you send me again that link?
Okay, I'll send you the link.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone. Be happy. Keep smiling.
Thank you, Soham.
Thank you.
Soham.
So
So,
I don't know why.